This is our first source for today. It's an informational article that presents an argument. Burmese python, not the ideal pet. The Burmese python is a magnificent and powerful animal, native to the grassy marshes of Southeast Asia. It is among the largest snakes in the world, capable of growing to an astounding length of 23 feet and weight of up to 200 pounds. Think of a telephone pole, and then imagine a snake as big around the middle as that pole. That's the Burmese python. Burmese pythons are carnivores and survive primarily on small birds and mammals. Although they have no venom, they have other quite effective means of killing their prey. Chemical receptors in their tongues and heat sensors along the jaws compensate for their poor eyesight and allow them to hunt in the dark. To kill their prey, they first grasp it with their back-curving teeth. When the animal tries to pull away, it only sinks further into the python's grip. Then, the python coils its long and powerful body around the animal, squeezes until the animal dies, and swallows the animal whole. The python's unique hinged jaws allow it to swallow an object 5 times as wide as its own head. Many people have chosen these unusual reptiles as pets, most likely because of the snake's beautifully patterned skin, their rapid growth rate, and their generally docile disposition. Unfortunately, many of these owners, upon discovering that they had more snake than they could handle, have resorted to the worst possible solution and released the snakes back into the wild. Our second source of the argument is a newspaper article, Florida's Python Hunt. A growing population of Burmese pythons, many pets turned loose by their owners when they became too big, is threatening the ecosystem of Florida's Everglades. With no natural predators, these eating machines appear to be wiping out huge numbers of opossums, raccoons, and bobcats, as well as many bird species. Tens of thousands of Burmese pythons are estimated to be living in the Everglades, where they thrive in the warm, humid climate. In a dramatic demonstration intended to underscore the threat posed by these snakes, Florida Senator Bill Nelson actually took the skin from a 16-foot Burmese python to the Senate committee hearing on the subject. To address this problem, the state's Fish and Wildlife Commission is sponsoring its first ever Python Challenge. Open to the public from January 12th until February the 10th, the challenge is to hunt and kill Burmese pythons, with a grand prize of $1,500 awarded to the hunter who kills the most pythons, and another $1,000 to the hunter who bags the longest one. Prizes will be awarded in 2 divisions, one for novices, people that are new, and the other for those who already have python hunting permits. This means that for 30 days, hundreds of people armed with shotguns, rifles, machetes, handguns, and hooked spears, many who have never ever seen a Burmese python, will roam the Florida Everglades in search of the coveted snakes. Our advice: if you happen to be in the area, be sure to wear a bulletproof vest. Now, boys and girls, we're going to move to our third source, which is an advertisement for this Python challenge that I just read about. Tired of the cold weather blues? Aching for warmth and adventure both at the same time? Eager to earn some cash? Get all of this and more by joining the 2013 Python Challenge. It says sign up for the competition to harvest the most Burmese pythons or the longest one and win up to $1,500. Once you sign up and pay a $25 registration fee, you will learn from experts how to identify, handle, and harvest these giant snakes. You'll also gain valuable information on the effect of this invasive species on the Florida Everglades and its native wildlife. Boys and girls, something that's invasive has come in and just taken over. It's overrunning all of the other animals in that area. It's reproducing quicker than what the people there can tolerate. So it's invasive. Think of invade, okay? There is a caption here, okay? One of our text features. And this is the final source. This is a blog, okay? And I know you guys are probably familiar with this because I think this is on social media a lot, blogs. It says, Burmese Python, the Ecosystem Challenge. I'm not in love with the idea of the Python Challenge. Yes, the alarming growth of Burmese pythons in the Everglades is a big problem. And yes, if we want to preserve the ecosystem of the Everglades, we have to address it. But is challenging people from all over the country to come down and kill some pythons really going to solve the problem? I don't think so. It's not by accident that the Burmese python, a native of Southeast Asia, ended up in the Everglades. Their appearance in Florida is totally a man-made event, largely the result of the lucrative exotic pet market. Some of the proud owners of Burmese pythons are, well, there's just no way to put this politely, just downright stupid. Can you imagine buying a wild animal without researching anything about it? And when their pythons got too big, the owners got rid of them in the most irresponsible fashion. They just let them go into the Everglades or some other wild area. Hurricane Andrew didn't help matters. An exotic pet dealer's warehouse that housed nearly 900 Burmese pythons was destroyed and many of its pythons escaped. It's not enough to say, let's go out and shoot some pythons. These animals are in Florida because we brought them here. We must do a better job of educating people about the effect their carelessness has on the ecosystems here in Florida and around the world. So boys and girls, today what you're going to do, you are going to be jotting, going to move back up. You're going to be jotting down your notes, claim, evidence, reason that was presented in this particular argument. Yesterday we practiced with Felicia and her tiger, right? And so today you guys are going to be doing the same thing on your own and identifying the claim, any evidence that was presented in any of the sources, as well as reasons, okay? And once you've done that, there are going to be 6 questions that you guys are going to answer, and you're going to use these 4 sources to assist you in doing that. Our ultimate goal is to examine this Burmese python, not the ideal pet, as well as our argument from yesterday, should a tiger be your pet? We are going to look at both of those arguments and we're going to compare and contrast those. Just revisiting what we talked about yesterday about comparing and contrasting. We're going to be looking at how the argument yesterday presented about the tiger is similar or different to this particular argument here about Burmese pythons not being the ideal pet. If you remember yesterday, they were arguing that tigers were a good thing. It appears today these exotic pets such as pythons may not be ideal. And the article and the other sources here did provide several reasons why. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So go ahead and take out your reading journal and you are going to title it Burmese Python, Not the Ideal Pet, and you are going to begin extracting or pulling out those important parts that we've talked about regarding arguments.